You didn't go as you expected. So I guess what are the emotions now after new weight class, dominant performance, the pressure fighting at home wasn't there. So what are the emotions now?
Yeah, there's always room for improvement. That's all I always come out of every fight. I said it when I lost, I say it when I win. I'll be straight back in the gym, making the improvements. I'm very happy with the performance. I always say I would like the cage time. But at the same time, if I can finish everyone like that, I'm going to have a great career on it.
Did this sort of feel like a new debut for you? Just kind of reintroduce yourself to the fight fans, because I'm sure you've heard a million times, you're only as good as your last performance, and that was weight class down. You said you were basically a welterweight fighting at lightweight. So does this kind of feel like a new reintroduction to you for fans?
Yeah, it feels like a new chapter. Like I feel like I've just turned the page in my career. I spent 10 years at lightweight. I just feel like I've turned the page. I always said I'd go up to welterweight. As soon as lightweight got too difficult, and making the move to that just feels like I've turned the page and I've started a new chapter in the UFC. Let's do another 10 years at welterweight. Who knows? 5 years I could end up at middleweight. Who knows?
In hindsight, do you wish you had made the jump up sooner? Because after hearing you basically said you were always a welterweight, you were just kind of cutting down to 155.
But that's hindsight, isn't it? That's like, if it's not going wrong, it's very hard, and that goes for everyone. If you're winning and it's all going right, there's no reason to change it. But even if you're struggling, you'll just make an excuse because you're winning, there's no reason to change it. I would have loved to keep winning, like I'm not saying that loss was what I needed, but I turned it into a positive. I made the change, and now this is the beginning of me at welterweight.
In terms of the actual fight, is that how you expected it to play out? I know you said if you grab the neck, like that's a wrap for pretty much anyone, but was that as seamless as you had thought it would work out?
No, we prepared for a war. I prepared for a war, mentally and physically. I always do. If anything less than that comes, it's a bonus, Johan is tough. He hits hard, and coming off my last fight, going into this fight, the battles you have to have, like mentally, to get through it. I just needed to step in there and show the world what I'm really capable of, and it went pretty smooth. I didn't even get to show what I'm capable of, but on the other end of it, like last time I was in there, I was on the wrong end of it and didn't get to show what I was capable of. This time, I didn't get to show what I'm capable of, but come out on the win. So, it is what it is.
The commentary said you were doing some training with MVP before this game, so how was that, and what do you think fans can expect from this debut?
He's an animal, like I wouldn't say training would say more than once. He's a great guy. He's invited me to his gym. He can come down to ours, and he's incredible. He really is. I was lucky enough to train with him when I first turned pro 6-7 years ago, and obviously he was doing what he was doing, and he was so fast then, and then obviously he come to our gym, and I was lucky enough to get sparring in with him then. 6 years on, and I'm in the UFC, and he's just as fast as he was back then 6 years ago. He's an amazing athlete, and I look forward to watching him in the UFC.
Last one for me. In terms of your career, what do you want the rest of your year to look like? How many fights do you want? Do you have like cities and countries you want to fight at? You hoping to fight at again? Or would you like the year 2024?
I would love a busy year. As long as I'm healthy, I'd like to compete. That's why the move up to welterweight was smart as well. Because the lightweight, even if I was healthy, I could only fight 2, maybe 3 times a year because of the weight cut. I couldn't turn around quick, whereas at welterweight I can turn around a lot quicker. I'm a lot more healthy. As long as I'm healthy, I want to compete. I really want to change my life this year, and I have the opportunity to do that in the UFC. And when I say change my life, like financially, everything. I train hard, and I've struggled for 10 plus years to get to this point, and now I have the opportunity in the UFC to change my life financially and everything. So I look to do that.
Hey, Sam, right here. Obviously, 2 UFC fights now, one in your home country, one fighting in Canadian in Canada. Aside from how the fights played out, how would you compare the 2 experiences, just when it comes to pressure and everything else?
I thrive under this. I thought because before the UFC, I was traveling the world fighting, and I was so excited to come home and fight, and I thought that would make me better. I think we've come to terms that I handle the pressure better fighting away from home, in people's backyards, have all the pressure on, and I love it.
Does silencing the Toronto crowd make the win all the sweeter?
Don't make it any sweeter. They're a great crowd. Like when I was in London, the crowd were cheering for me. But fans are fans, you know. Like as long as they're supporting, I love all of them.
Do you want a quick turnaround, just given the fact that it was a 2-minute fight?
Yeah, like I said, I'm healthy. I feel healthy right now, but the adrenaline's nice and high. It was a tough training camp for this one. I want quick turnarounds, but I don't want to be stupid as well. There's a difference. So, yeah, once the adrenaline settles down, as long as I'm healthy, I'm back in the gym, I make a couple of little tweaks and improvements. It might have only been 2 minutes for you guys, but for me, there's a lot of things I can go back in the gym and fix just off them 2 minutes. So, yeah, I want to get back in the gym, fixing those little things, little tweaks, and get a turnaround from there.
Sam, you said this is the year that I changed my life. Beyond just, of course, changing weight classes, what does that entail? Are we talking like a bigger house, fast car, making some investments? What does changing your life mean in 2024?
All of the above. I haven't got any of them things you said. I got a push bike, and I have worked my ass off. And now I want to get the car, a house. You know, I want to progress. I want to like level up my life. I want to change it. I don't want to be struggling financially anymore. You know, like I'm living fight to fight, spending my last pounds on the medicals to come over here and fight. I don't want to be doing that anymore. You know, I don't want to struggle. So that's me saying I want to change my life, and that just gives freedom. The financial side of things just gives me the freedom to be able to train even more and not struggle anymore. Good.
Just one for me, Sam, just in terms of in the process of this week and cutting down to welterweight, was there that moment that the light went off and just questioned, man, how was I doing this getting down to lightweight? And were there any of those scary experiences? You're a big guy getting down to 155. Is it sort of surreal for you at this point that, man, I was doing this really just a ton to my body?
Yeah, I couldn't believe, like me at 77, I had a DEXA scan after my Contender Series fight, and I was 84, a couple of days after the fight, and I was 84 kilos with 8% body fat. And it's like, where was I losing 14 kg off my body? You know, I must have been eating into my muscle, my actual physique. So the move up, it was kind of double-ended sword because I train hard, and I know I train hard. I push my body to the limit. Because I didn't feel like I did the lightweight, by the end of each week, I feel like I couldn't move. But that was because I wasn't like fueling my body correctly for my sessions. So throughout this camp, I was like, am I working hard enough? Like, I was questioning it because I felt great at the end of every week. Like, don't get me wrong, I was pushing, I was tired, but not the same as lightweight. And that was the difference. Now I'm able to push hard, train hard, and fuel hard. That's that I'm able to do it all. I'm a complete package, and I'm a complete athlete now. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you very much, guys.